Welcome. This is a really known spot of mine. Don't miss the captures at the end. This is a really good one, you guys. I didn't zoom to the right. There's clearly ones to the right as well, but this one you have. It's actually an incredible, I believe, female. Whoever it is really good looking. If you really look at the face, it's got an incredible profile. Like I would think on their side, that's a very good looking being. It's incredible if you once you find the two little glowing lights. That's their tech. It's something I see every time they're hiding. I assume it is.
She tit for dick, I let her lit. I had to dip, I'm off a fifth, I'm a rich now. I bought a whip.
So I'm at a place where I've never been. I've been here once, but never been since. And it was like 5 years ago, maybe four. I don't know. Once you get past 3 or 4 or 5 years, I don't know. So the reason I stopped here was because it was in my head for some reason. And then, I stopped at a place before this where they built a new teepee. I don't know if you'll see what. This is where I was coming before I saw the teepee. Because I had an amazing experience here. You ask what? I'm like, I don't remember exactly. Overwhelming vocals and like something happened. There's a big giant structure like back here somewhere. That's all I'm trying to do is find that. No matter what, I'm always walking on the trail through chaos. There was a gigantic standalone unique structure. I think it was right here. It's gone, you guys. I know this is it. Look, you can see it's still theirs. They completely changed it. It would still be there. Look. It's right where the X is. This, I think, was a part of it. Look how clear. This is such a magical spot right here. Oh, we might have to go in a little bit. This is like, you can get timestamps here. You guys, so let me explain. This was huge. Okay, so it was the same length, but it was like 10 feet tall. It was this gigantic, I don't think I'll be able to find it. I have it because I've come across it. But to go find that clip would be almost impossible for me. Look how clean it is, you guys. Look right there. It's called the seat. I'm just right there, right? So when I was here, totally clueless. Like compared to other, like a regular person, maybe not, but like compared to me now, that's where we're going. I want to go right there. It's real tribal looking, right there. Remember, you guys, you could never watch this enough. You could never see enough structures. If you want to be good at this, if you want to be a part of everything when it happens. You don't be left behind, guys. I'm not allowed to speak or talk about anything. Just know that the world will change one day, and you don't want to be one of the common folk, okay? One of these self-justified, insane people that thinks he knows it all from the news, right? Are we all tired of these imbeciles, or is it just me? I guess you don't have to deal with it like I do. See, you guys, look at that. So this is nothing like it was. I mean, I don't recognize only thing I recognize is that opening, and I knew that there would be this huge structure there, and it's not there. I wish I could show the pictures to you. Look at that, you guys. There's no way that was there. Or this. Look how clean. Look how clean and maintained it is right there. Where is he? Where does he go when I show up? Are you kidding me? Look, you guys. That's so crazy blatant. I don't know if it's big because it looks like he's going all the time right through there. I can't imagine some big Bigfoot wants to bend down and walk through there. They don't have humility like us. Like they're not afraid to hide. Like if you had to hide, you'd be embarrassed. Like you'll do it to be in a way to be cool. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? That's the problem with people. You need a lesson in humility. Almost all of you, of us. Believe me, the lessons are coming. Anyone that ever said one bad thing about me, or what I was doing, not about me, but like what I was doing, the lesson in humility. Well, it's already come, really, but that's why. Look, you guys, no one cares. They're the first people there to watch your video. They're the first people. You're doing something right when you have a lot of attention. You know what I mean? So whether it's negative or positive, it doesn't matter. It's 99% positive, but we tend to focus on the negative. And when you have that, it means you're doing something right. Well, like I saw a post, like when people that don't like each other at all team up to talk about you, you're doing something right. You know what I mean? It's the funniest thing, these imbecile people, these troll psychopaths. It's so like, yeah, they're basically stalking. They're stalkers. It's a crazy thing. Footprint. That's a huge footprint, you guys. I've never been out and not film footprints. You just do the math. There's a C, an X, a trident, and a footprint. Does your brain operate? Does it work at all for yourself? Have you ever thought for yourself in your entire life, or did you just think that you were? Stop self-justifying. I'm just stepping in his footprints. That's why I'm filming when I am. Because I'm walking in the footprints of the beings that nobody in the world knew existed. They just thought it was Bigfoot, which is the most ridiculous thing. Look at this trail, you guys. There's no way this looked anything like this when I was here. I don't remember going beyond that opening. I might have, but I'm here because this is a good place. I had some crazy interaction here. I just don't remember it like exactly. Enough where I logged it, like, never forget that. I remember the feelings. That's what I remember. I remember like, oh my God. It was like whistles or vocals or something. It's just here. This is the only place. It's like maybe 75 yards wide. X, eating, X. I'll never show you anything I do without an X or a trident. Maybe that'll help someone that's not smart. That can't think for themselves. That can't use their brain on their own. They can only use their brain the way they've been commanded to use it. And they'll defend it. They'll defend their hypnotism, the lies that they've been told. They're going to defend this. You understand? This is the, I don't have the right word. This is the embarrassment of humans. Look at this lived-in forest, you guys. These are all like seats or whatever. Keep in mind, nothing's touching the ground. I could just say like, yeah, I just saw one today. No, you didn't. This is a crazy thing. I just made that up, but that's basically what my life is. I was just standing before them. No, you weren't. It's like, why would I give up my entire life to make up lies that make people think you're crazy? How dumb are you? I've got to say these things. Like, it's a real question. How dumb are you? It's 2023. It's time to be intuitive. I really didn't film much of that world. I just wanted to say hello. I'd only been there once. Wow, hold on. Look at the view from the road. I don't think it's ever been like that before. Like, I don't know. I'm not coming this way that much, actually. That's probably why. And most of the time I'm going that way when I come up here. I think I have seen that, I'm not sure, but that just shows you how magical that is in there. And of course, that's not the only thing, Right there. I mean, that actually is better looking than anything I really saw back there. Because that's where he wants to be for the view. Those structures are all in place for a reason. Like they have markers and stuff like that, but these aren't markers. Those are places to be. So at times, that way he can be there. So it's one of the things that I'm pretty sure about, that they move around in the quarantine zones. So there could be another spot there, there could be one over there, there could be, they have all of these spots, so as they're moving around, they can always disappear. And it's something I've watched with my own eyes. Watch them come in, out of the magic and in the magic, where I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. I would have said, this is all real. They build all of this stuff. You have my solemn oath of honor, but you're never going to see them, and we're never going to figure this out. That's what I would say. Some of that's possible still, but I'm confident. Yeah. It's happening. It's just a matter of when. There's a tremendous block on time. Whatever that is, it's their tree. That's all I know. They're not doing that, but they made it so when the wind blows, the tree does that. Like they're called noise. I named them noisemakers. Look at that X. All right here. Real thin caliber, like. Hey, let's see what's over here. Crazy tree. Like in and out right here. There's no doubt about it right there. I've been looking for in and outs and I haven't been seeing them, and it's all chopped all the way down with their borders with tridents. And that way too. That's really interesting down there. I've never been all the way down. It goes down into this valley, and I think it's really good because of everything that's here. But also the beginning of that valley, if you look in it, like the motorcycle, like I'm coming up, I'm like, it's all decorated like crazy. Rivers, stream. You guys see the timestamps Kelly just did on Montana. So they were floating on the river. And they were just all watching them. Like, the rivers are so important. But I want to mention something, not for the reason you would think. Like, as far as like drinking goes, like they might use it, but it's not why they're on it. It's energy, I believe. It's not. They're not on it like the Indians would be for a water source. It could be, but it's not. It's like the reasons are more important than the water source. Let's put it that way. Another way in right there. All right, over now. Yeah, see, look down there, you guys. It's so good down there. This is like the fifth one. I've seen, but I couldn't really zoom, so I didn't. Right there. They call them fences. I'll show that to you every day. Off the ground. They're basically off the ground tridents, is what they are. Man, did I walk far in there. I didn't. I was off the camera walking down the road. I came out at least a mile up the road. I don't know how I did it so fast. It's the way. So, in other words, the walk that I did to come out to the road, the way the forest turns here, or whatever, it was much shorter to do the triangle basically, versus when I finally came down the road, it was a really long walk. I got to go all the way down there, and I did this all in I was only in there for half an hour. All off the ground. It's all them. Remember, it's invisible, especially like right now, you guys, they've pushed. I asked them to do structures for me one day, and right in front of me, literally standing, I filmed the second time, I did it twice, did it 3 times, and I filmed it. So as soon as the first one went, I was like, oh my God, I started crying, like water just came because they did it for me. And I'm looking and they're not there, I saw him, he was pushing it, but he's not there. And then in the camera, you can see them. Everyone's like, Mark, you can see them right in the camera. I'm like, you can? I didn't want to see them. I didn't want it to be this. You guys have to understand. I didn't want it to be this. I just knew what I was doing was right. Like, I didn't know how sophisticated this is. I really want to go in there one day. This does nothing for me here. So here's where I went in. Teepee there, and then look at it there. I think that's it. So right on the other side of that is that Wallow where I told you they changed it. Right there. I had incredible things happen. This year I've had it happen, but I don't think it's directly on purpose. Like where your mind would have been blown if you were standing here like, oh my God. But the thing is, it's not to me. And that's where and you might even be like, Mark, it definitely was for you if you were standing here. But I know it's not. That's the thing. I know these guys for years. You guys have to understand how long I spend more time with them than I do with about 100 times more than I do with any person or people. And that's why I understand this versus, just some dude that knows nothing of the world. This is my life. And I'll never lie to you. It's very simple because I want to be, you can believe that, besides that I'm just a good person, because this is all going to come out. And I want to be the one that they were like, yeah, you should have listened to Mark. They're going to ask these guys. They're going to be like, it's all going to come out. They'll be like, Mark was here for 10 years trying to reach you, and you ignored him. Trust me, all of this will come out as well. It's going to be, not everyone ignored me, but just like regular people are just so idiotic. Like, I'm talking about like my family members, like people that I love. Not a clue. You figure they'd be like, hey, Mark, tell me about what you do. Nothing, never a word. Like, they love me dearly, but not when it comes to anything like to do with this. They would never ask me. It's a crazy thing. A couple of them, but most don't. Oh, that's really flat in there. How come that's flat? All right, let me go. Over and out. Talking too much. I always get like an answer like from one of you guys in my head, and at that time it was no, not you, Mark. Like if I say something, it's going to be someone is going to be like, no, not you, Mark. Talk too much? No. Do you think I want to talk? It's a burden. I don't want to say anything. Over and out.
This is just a minute clip I cut out that was from in there because I was getting, I was having things happen to me off the camera. So I just want to see. I forget what I said, but I know I had a message for you at the end of this video. I remember this clip. Just a minute. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Can you do that one more time, please? You guys, I just had a great time in the Aspens. I'm telling you that noise that I just got, you didn't hear it, but just trust me. Tap, 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 really loud. Like he literally has a stick and he's going like this. When I pulled my camera back out, tap, 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 before I could like get it up and hit the button. That's when I said, please do this again. That's what I believe that was for. He's getting it back out because they're like right around me out in that thing. And then, so look, I'm coming through here. I'm like almost back to the road. You get stuff like this. Someone was hanging out right here. You can tell it's always blinded, like he won't move, the car will go by. Even if he's completely invisible, because it's one thing I know about these guys for a fact, okay? Even if he's using tech or whatever he's doing, he's completely invisible, he doesn't feel like it. So that's the trick. Okay, so if you were using their tech and you were invisible to me, you wouldn't feel any different. This is something I know for a fact, okay? So they don't feel any different. They act exactly the same as if they weren't using. They're going to hide, duck, and be exactly the same way as if they were just hiding like you would. Trust me on that one. Whatever they're doing doesn't make them feel any different. They still think, they're still right here just like you would be. And I only have one thing to say to you guys. It's 3 words. And I'm going to say it with an attitude.